nil. Wasn't a great game of football. Cancelled each other out. Chelsea were decent, it has to be said, I suppose. Bit unlucky in the first half. That goal disallowed. Did one or two chances and they looked dangerous, didn't they? We were a lot better second half, but it wasn't a great game. I was falling asleep. I'm just after waking up. A 0-0 draw. Okay, it's a clean sheet. You take that positive out of it, but we just didn't do enough going forward. We just didn't do enough for Kepka to keep him happy in the Chelsea goal. We just did. Nunes came on, tried to make a difference, but huffed and puffed. That's a type of huff and puff performance. Okay, a bit more, togetherness and stuff. First half we were not great. We just were getting overrun at times in the first half. Chelsea played well, to be fair to them. Mudryk came on for them and looked really good as well, making his debut. So, a huff and puff performance for Liverpool. You have to win your home games, guys. If you want to get top four, you've got to be winning your home games. That's another draw against Chelsea. We got two draws in the FA Cup and League Cup finals, beat them on penalties, of course. So, we do like draws against Chelsea, and that was always going to be on the cards, but we just didn't have enough going forward. That was the worry for me. Okay, Bobby, Diaz, and Jota are out and hopefully back in a few weeks' time, but just didn't do enough. Nunes might have been different if he was on from the start, but look, we'll take the point. I mean, it could have went either way. Chelsea could have won it. Drop Salah next game, says Seamus Moore. So hit the like, hit the share. Give us a sub and show us your love, guys. We're going to stay on for a little minute. Instant match reaction to the 0-0 draw at Anfield. It was a bit of a drab affair, to be fair, wasn't it, guys? Really was a drab affair. Not a huge amount. Second half, a little bit better. Only a little bit better. I'll give you player ratings now in a minute. I'm going to give you really the starting 11 ratings because Bjaticic, young lad, worry about him starting a big game like this. Elliott, two young lads on the pitch. They were okay without being absolutely brilliant, but a scrappy game for both teams, says Seamus Moore. I mean, Chelsea are finding their feet as well. Chelsea are trying to find their feet, and so are we. So we're both in the same. Both teams are in the same boat. Both teams are in the same boat, if you know what I mean. So, I suppose it draws about a fair result in the end. Crick, like looking at wild collar boxing match stat, disgraceful. What we have to look at when we've been let down by the board management. Where is Ben Doak? Yeah, I don't even think he was on the bleeding bench. I mean, as you say, it's just something not quite there, was it today? There was just that little bit, the final pass missing. Kepka wasn't worked enough for at Anfield, in the front of the crowd, sellout crowd, Liverpool, Chelsea. We don't like half-12 kickoffs, and it looks like we just still don't like half-12 kickoffs, but it's 0-0. You'll have to take it. You couldn't say we deserve to win that game. Chelsea a little bit unlucky, I suppose you'd have to say as well. But the draw's a draw, and that's it. I mean, it's no really use to any team that 0-0, 1 point each. We need to win games. They need to win games. A draw just takes a game out of the way, and the possibility of winning the game. Nullification, definitely in the first half. Chelsea were on top. Second half, we played a little bit better. At the start of the second half, that 10-15 minute intensity was there. But we just couldn't keep it going. We just couldn't keep it going. And I don't think we did enough to win the game anyway today. A draw's about right, so we just didn't do enough to win the game. You take the draw and you move on. It's as simple as that, guys. Salvatore, hi Dave. He performed for 10 minutes. I wasn't convinced at Gakpo, but I am not good enough. Both teams were scared to lose, Salvatore. Yeah. Looked like a mid-table battle. That's exactly what it was. It looked like a mid-table battle because it was a mid-table battle, I suppose. Seamus, when you look at all the money that Chelsea have spent. And, crazy. Traplines says Mudryk was a baller. Yeah, he looked decent, didn't he? Came on and almost scored. He wore two really good chances. Looked very dangerous, nimble, like a ballerina on the ball. But, look, just take the point and move on. There's no use going back on it. The midfield thing didn't quite work as it did against Wolves midweek. We needed a bit more. Now, we brought Henderson and Fabinho and all these boys and Jones and all these lads on. And Nunes, of course, came on. I think he should have come on at half-time. I don't know why he waited. I just don't make sense. That 60-minute, 62-minute substitution. Bring him on at half-time. We needed something at half-time. Although we did start second half a lot better. But still, just that bloody bit missing. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear any excuses about how tired the players are. Has anybody been watching Andy Murray? Now that's tired. Yeah, I don't watch the tennis that much, but I did see he's getting all these 5 setters and fucking 7 hours to play a bleeding game of tennis, and that's crazy stuff. Yeah, Oh no, well, I don't think tiredness was any sort of an excuse today, to be fair. Thought Robbo was solid today, says Egyptian King. I love Salah for everything he has done for us, but again today he was shocking. It's a shame it's a quiet game from Salah today. He usually does like a goal against Chelsea, of course. We're looking at Mudryk last summer, 25 million touted. Why didn't we gamble then? Who knows? Who knows? I'll have to ring John W. Henry, who got booed yesterday at a Red Sox meeting, if you've seen that on Twitter as well. The Red Sox fans were not happy with John W. Henry. So crazy, crazy stuff. Gomez was probably our best players. Blocks and tackles kept us in it. Yeah, Gomez had a decent game today. Yeah, one or two really late tackles just kept us in it. Top of the morning, Dave. Starwin, Gomez, Bjaticic were brilliant. Bjaticic's only a young lad. We have to give it to him today, you know. It wasn't his best game or anything like that. It was his first start in the Premier League, but this guy's going to be absolutely ridiculous. He's only 18. He turned 18 in October. Starwin made a difference. The Chaos, Captain Chaos, when he came on, made a difference. But just weren't good enough today, I think, the final third. Yo, Dave, that was a disappointment. That was, says Pan of Scouse. John Henry will get worse if he came back to Anfield. I'd say he wouldn't get booed by everybody, but I'd say there would be a section of the crowd, let's say, that would boo him. I thought when Naby went off against, it opened up a bit more for Chelsea. Yeah, I thought Naby was okay. I'll give you my ratings anyway. I have to give Alisson. We give Alisson not a huge amount to do. One or two really good saves. I'm going to give Alisson an 8 out of 10. It's clean sheet. Goalkeepers like clean sheets. Defenders like clean sheets. So 8 out of 10 for Alisson. Centre back, I suppose you'd have to say Gomez probably man of the match for Liverpool. There wasn't a real man of the match, but Gomez probably man of the match for Liverpool at 8.5. I'll give Kanate. He looked a bit shakier than Gomez. A 7 out of 10. Robertson was decent up and down that line. Put in the tackles. Did as much as he could. So I'm going to give Robertson a 7.5 and a 7 for Milner on the other side. He did tire and he got a yellow card, of course, and was taken off in the second half. Trent came on. Midfield, young Bjaticic, you have to give him an A. I mean, he's a young lad. Have to give him an A. Thiago huffed and puffed, tried, passing, doing all this, did a lot of running. A 7.5 for Thiago and a 7.5 for Elliot. Elliot wasn't fantastic today. He did try though. I can't say he didn't. Gakpo's just that last ball. He had one or two chances. I think he needed to calm down a bit. The final ball and the shot instead of Hoofer getting over the ball. He 2 or 3 chances today where just needs to calm down and the goal will come. So 7 for Gakpo. Salah, really, really quiet game for Salah today. 6.5 for Salah, which is very unusual. Really, really unusual. We did try. I'll never say that about him, but just didn't do enough up front for me. So, look, I mean, it wasn't a great performance. Chelsea are a decent side. They're still looking for their system. They're still looking for their transition and all that. Naby Keita, can't forget Naby Keita. I think Naby was okay. Did a lot of blocks, did a lot of, transition. Did his best, a 7 for Naby. Let's hope we see more of Naby Keita on the pitch. But it just didn't work, that midfield three today. As I say, it did work against Wolves midweek. Chelsea are a different animal. Chelsea are a different animal than Wolves. I know that makes sense. But so basically Gomez, you might say, the only real one to come out. Young Bjaticic was decent, but Gomez gets the man of the match for me. I mean, Chelsea looked decent, didn't they? Good counter-attacking. They're missing a few players as well. Let's be real here. But that guy Mudryk who came on looks a real player, doesn't he? I know it's 85 million, but man, 2 clean sheets in a row, says LJ. Now that's unusual to say about Liverpool, isn't it? Yeah. 2 clean sheets in a row, which is some positivity to take from it. Salah's form has been horrible since the World Cup, says Doug from the Dugout Football Channel. Yeah. Hasn't quite been there ever since he signed that big contract last June or May or whatever, when he signed that €350,000 a week. But I just don't think the front three is helping him. They're chopping and changing all the time. He's playing on the wrong side. It just doesn't help in the system. We're chopping and changing in midfield. We're chopping and changing. It's not a settled team. That can't help Salah either. I'm not trying to make excuses for him. His level, he should be a lot better. Should be working the keeper. He didn't really do it today. Tried to curl 1 or 2 of them and you were way over the bar. So back to the drawing board for Liverpool. It isn't a loss. Is it a positivity? Yes. What's the positivity you take out today? Playing a decent Chelsea. Good side. Okay, their away form has been absolutely shy. But the money those guys have spent, a clean sheet against them, but just didn't do enough up front. No Doak should have been there, replaced Salah, says LJ. Salah has lost his desire this season, and maybe, who knows, forever, says Panov Scout. That's a big shout now, Panov. Come on. I won't back that one up. I think Salah be okay. He's just got to have that settled side, settled midfield. I mean, it's been chopping and changing all over the shop. Confidence has been low. We're just starting to get some sort of a momentum and build a bit of confidence. The away win in the FA Cup against Wolves, and then the 0-0 at Anfield. Okay, it's 2 clean sheets. Would have loved 3 points today, but just didn't do enough. We didn't do enough to win that today. We didn't deserve to win that today. If anything, Chelsea could say, well, maybe we should have won that. They did a lot more play in the final third, especially in the first half. They did a goal disallowed. Very, very unlucky. But we just did not do enough. We didn't. Kepa could have read 2 books today, each half. He basically could have read 2 novels today. You know, Alisson had a bit more to do than Kepka. Although not a huge amount. But, you know, a bit disappointed. I was expecting a bit more from Liverpool today. At home, Anfield, the crowd ready to roll. Expected a little bit more. It wasn't quite there today. And that's the disappointment for me. Coming out of that game against Wolves. Coming out about that game against Wolves midweek. On a bit of a high coming into it. He basically kept the same sort of team. There was a lot of people on Twitter going, wow, that's unusual. You know, Beatrice and young Elliot Milner at fullback. The thing about Trent had a slight strain, so we didn't want to risk it. So we just go again, guys. Move on, keep going. It's a point in the bag against the tricky side. White Tiger is in. How are you, my friend? Hit the like. We've already got 5 likes, guys. Let's get it to 10. Hit the like button. It's free. It's easy. Just press it. Let's go. Nunez was the best as White Tiger. Well, Captain Chaos came on. He should have been on at half time. We know he's only coming back from injury, so he was never going to start the game. But certainly half time. I mean, why would you make the substitution at half time? In their defence, the first 10-15 in the second half, we actually played better. We're the better team, but we just couldn't kick on from there. And we just didn't do enough. A draw, 0-0, drab draw. First half was drab. Second half was a bit more exciting, but not great. Saturday afternoon showing, was it, guys? It just wasn't great. Wasn't a great performance, and all we can do is keep building. Clean sheets is the positive, the only real positive. Gomez looked decent today. He's looked decent in the last 2 games. That's good for him. He needs a run of games. Van Dijk's going to be out for a while, so Gomez has got to get in there. Okay, you'd Matip on the bench today, but him and Kanate, it's either going to be Matip, Kanate, and Gomez. But Gomez is pushing himself in there. Was it 0-0, says FXE? Yes, it was 0-0, baby. 0-0 at Anfield. Not quite good enough, to be fair. Barry Sweeney, 2 mid-table teams playing today, and it showed. Don't recognise this team, says Barry. It was Liverpool Football Club. Going through a transition. Not quite ourselves. I understand what you're saying, Barry. It's not quite where we're usually at. Where we were last season, the year before, the season before, the last 4 years, really. You might as well say that press, that Gengham press. We were a lot more compact today, if you noticed. There wasn't as many gaps in the midfield. So Klopp had told them, it's given us something, but just your sacrifices are up front then. You're not getting as many chances. Defensively, you look better. But up front, you're just not getting that amount of chances. At the start of the season, we're getting bleeding loads of chances. We're getting about 10 or 12 clear chances every game. Now we might get 2 or 3 max. Today we didn't even get really 2 or 3. We'd 1 or 2 last ditch blocks just offside, you know, this type of thing, and just didn't do enough up front. And that has to be a concern. We have Diaz out, we've Jota out, we've Bobby out. Yes, but still, they're not back for a while. Bobby hopefully be back in another week or 2. Jota's a few weeks away, and Diaz is even further away. So, you know, we'll still have 3 or 4 games, maybe 5 games where we won't have those boys. So we do need Gakpo. I just think he's trying too hard. Similar to the way Nunez was before he got the goal. Just trying too hard. He needs to be calm. He's getting over the ball. Instead of getting under the ball, he's hitting it over the bar and he's rushing it. I think he'll come good. He picked up 1 or 2 really good positions today, which was good to see. So I think he's only a young lad. He'll come good. There's no doubt about it. Nunez as well. I absolutely no doubt about it at all. But it's just a quick instant match reaction show for the 0-0 at Anfield. Hit the like, hit the share, guys. Let's go. Let's hit that like button. Let's go, baby. But as I say, I might even do another show later on tonight, more analytical tonight or tomorrow. It depends on if I go out for a few beers tonight. Who knows? But I would have went out for a few beers in a happier mood if we would have got 3 points today. And I would have had more than 3 points tonight. But only getting 1 point today, I can only have 1 point tonight. So I probably won't go out. Ravi Bakari is in. Big up, Dave. What a game. Yeah, what a game is right. What a game is right. No, yeah, look, I wasn't expecting hellfire. I wasn't expecting this, that. We're not quite there at the moment. I did see there was a very interesting thing at the start of the game. I don't know why I was watching it on BT Sport. Stevie G was on the pitch talking to Rio Ferdinand, and Joe Cole was there, and the commentator, and they were talking about Jude Bellingham. Would Jude Bellingham be good for Liverpool and stuff? And Stevie G basically said he'd get in the car, get in the plane, and go over to collect Jude Bellingham if Liverpool wanted him to get him. So that's a good sign, isn't it? That's a really good sign. Username is in. How are you, my friend? Stevie G on BT. Wish he played today. Salvador. He probably could. He'd probably get into the midfield today. Stevie G. He's still fit, raring to go. He's that good. He'd be still able to rock and roll. There's no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. We need a new left-footed forward, to be honest. He always gets right-footed forwards. Yeah. But look, disappointment is we didn't win the game. We could have lost the game. That's another way of looking at it. It's another clean sheet. It's not a loss. We're just slightly moved. One step forward, two steps back. One step forward, two step backs type of way. That's the way the season's been. I'm expecting more to the rest of the season. I really am. I'm expecting a bit more pain in the next few months. Let's see where we are in May, June, and then, hopefully ready to roll in the summer and a new season next year. But we can't write the season off. We've games. It's only halfway through the season. We've so many games to play. We're still in the FA Cup. Brighton away is going to be tough. And again, of course, Champions League against Madrid, the holders, in about 5 weeks' time, 4 or 5 weeks. But I mean, who knows? Who knows what the crystal ball holds for Liverpool Football Club? Who knows? And the window's still open. You know what I mean? But whether that happens in the window is another bloody question. But as I say, guys, who impressed you today? No one really impressed me today. Mudryk, when he came on, looked decent, I suppose, for Chelsea. Mount was all over the pitch for them today. Young Gallagher as well. 2 decent young players for Chelsea. We've been linked with Mount, but I can't see that one, to be fair. Young Bjaticic again did not look out of place against Chelsea. Did not look out of place today. So you have to say that about him. And of course, Gomez was decent. 1 or 2 really good last-ditch tackles getting in there. So Gomez, for me, is probably Liverpool's standout player. And even at that, it wasn't really standout, but it was a decent performance, clean sheet. But look, I'm sure in the dressing room after that now today, the crowd wanted more. We all wanted the 3 points. We all wanted to win. We wanted a few goals. We wanted a bit of Saturday afternoon action. It didn't happen. You're going to get games like that. You're absolutely going to get games like that. But just wasn't good enough today. I've seen worse. We have seen worse. We've seen a lot of more games worse than that. But just the control, especially in the first half, you're at home. Second half was a bit better because I'm sure the hairdryer was out and Klopp was out with the ironing board and stuff like that. And we played a little bit better in the second. A bit more intensity, a bit more want, a bit more winning second balls. But first half was a real letdown. And that's where you build your foundation, usually in the first half. I thought we were lucky to win at 0-0 at half time, and I was saying, right, big second half, let's go. Didn't quite happen. Bjaticic impressed me because he wasn't fazed by the game, and booking probably hampered his performance. Yeah, he got a yellow. Look, he's going to be some player. I mean, he's only 18, just turned 18. I mean, as you say, he wasn't out of place today against Chelsea in that midfield. All their stars, international stars, and all that. He did not look out of place, and that was another huge plus today. Bjaticic not looking out of place. Gomez playing decent as centre half and a clean sheet. Other than bit blunt up front. Michael Awesome is in. We were a away team today, says Michael. Yeah, good point. We actually were. We seemed like Chelsea were at home today when you think about it. We played like the away team today, which is not what you want to do when you're at Anfield. Historic heritage, Anfield. You want to be on the front foot. You want to be in their face. You want to be ready to rock and roll. Get a few early chances. I mean, they scored after, 3 minutes? I thought it was very, very harsh. When you look back at it, it was just off. But I thought it was goal originally. And then you look back, as I say, it was just off. We were very, very lucky. Did 1 or 2 other half chances in the first half where they were unlucky. And the final ball wasn't great. So you take 0-0, especially after half time. Because I thought we were going to lose that game. We just didn't play. We couldn't get the bloody foot on the ball. But as you say, Michael, yeah, good point. It's like we were the away team today. Chelsea deserve more points than us in this game. Well, I thought the draw was about right. We played a bit better second half. You know, we played a little bit better second half. Overall, you'd say Chelsea slightly the better team, you must say, maybe. Yeah, 55-45, something like that. Not much in it. Cancelling each other out. If you go on chances, you go on front play, you'd say Chelsea probably just shaded it, but not by much. So the draw is a draw, and that's it. I mean, Klopp hugging Potter at the end and before the game. He did a bit of a chat in the centre circle before the game even kicked off. But guys, Klopp on just said we'd some good spells but couldn't finish. I remember 5 minutes at the start of the game. That was it, Sir Salvatore. The Polish Football Association said to have started talks with Stevie G. I did say that back in December, that Gerrard was in talks with Poland to take over the Poland job. Check out my video, going back to early December, I think. You got any plans for the weekend, Dave? Says Carl. Well, my real plan was to go out for a few bevies tonight with 3 points in the bag against Chelsea. But it's sort of scuppered it a bit. I like going when you win. You go out and you win, you're in a great humour, you're ready to roll. Now, a draw isn't as bad as a loss, but a home game, you got to win your home game. So, plans to go out for a few beers later, but you never know. Might even go live later on about 8 o'clock with a few beers here. Might even do an 80s, 90s show. Who knows? Who knows? No real plans. Nothing set in stone, basically, Carl. Nunez is our better player. Is our better player after Thiago. Says, amen. Well, Nunez, I mean, a bit of an injury, so he wasn't risked, but I still thought Nunez should have come on at half-time. Didn't. And he made a difference when he came. Just chaotic. He just gets himself in positions. He's got the pace. He's awkward. His arms flailing all over the place. His legs. He's a big lad. And he's a danger. So I knew him coming on would give Chelsea something different to think about. But couldn't quite do it in the end. Our best player in the squad at the moment is Alisson. Says Trapped. Yeah, 1 or 2 really good saves again from Alisson. Great to have Big Ali back in the sticks, and a clean sheet for Alisson today. And both teams are committed to the good defending. Jurgen, we were the home team. Exactly, yeah. We should have been a lot better than that. Your home team goes for it, especially at Anfield, guys. Anfield, this means more. You never walk alone. Let's go. You know what I mean? Liverpool owner John Henry met with the boos. Yeah. As he breaks his 3-year silence, when he was met with boos for the Red Sox, some Red Sox conference or meeting yesterday, if you've seen it on Twitter or on social media, and he's talking on the stage with a few people and he's getting booed. He starts talking about baseball teams are very expensive to run. Jesus Christ. Well, Chelsea found their potential new hazards, says Traplines. I presume you mean young Modric, the guy who played today, came on. Looks decent, low centre of gravity, twinkle-footed, 1 or 2 good chances, unlucky. Once or twice, he does look like he is ready to roll. Absolutely. But as I say, guys, it's not going to be a long one. Probably a half an hour. Hit the like. Hit the share. Instant match reaction. 0-0 at Anfield. Liverpool 0. Chelsea 0. Drab first half, it has to be said. Chelsea the better team. Disallowed goal. 1 or 2 other chances. Liverpool just could not get into the game. Second half, a little bit better from Liverpool. But no real glaring chances for Liverpool. No ones where you say, should have scored there, or should have did this. Last ditch tackles and 1 or 2 other chances for Fabinho and Nunez. But not enough up front for me. Gakpo needs to tidy up his heading and shots. Yeah, he just needs to take his time. And stay calm in that last millisecond and keep the ball down, get over the ball instead of getting under the ball. Dave, rating for Bjaticic. Well, as I said, I mean, only Gomez really and Bjaticic had any sort of rating in that game. I gave Gomez, Liverpool's man of the match, at 8.5, and I gave Bjaticic an 8. So 8, young lad, 18, didn't look out of place against Chelsea. And I mean, that's a good tester for him, isn't it? I mean, Werewolves, tricky ground, away from home. Was absolutely brilliant, man of the match performance, and then to come in today, wasn't man of the match, but didn't look out of place. That was big. Big. If not even about spending with FSG, it seems like they just don't care anymore, says Michael. I don't know. Listen, what is there, 10 days in the window? We shall see. I can't see something coming in, but you just never know. Still think we just need that little bit of a nugget in midfield. I'm hoping Jota, who's back in light training, is back within the next 2 weeks. Let's hope Jota comes back, but it's going to take him a while to even come back in. I mean, he's not going to come back and start. He's going to be sitting on the bench for probably 2 or 3 games and come on the last 10, 15. Because, I mean, you don't want to come on starting and getting injured and being out for the rest of the season. But we do miss a Jota. We do miss a Diaz. Even a Bobby. We haven't even got Bobby there today. Obviously, Van Dijk's missing as well. We do miss those players. There's just no absolute doubt about it. But in my mind today, the way he started Keita, Thiago and Bjaticic again, as he did against Wolves, we got 2 clean sheets. We are tighter. We don't give as many chances away. I'll show Chelsea need a few chances, more than I would want. Not a huge amount today. The sloppiness has gone. But we're just missing that final bloody ball, especially up front. We're not getting our XG up. We're not getting the chances we used to get up front. And we need to get going and get our shooting boots on. Salah as well. Gakpo and Nunes if he plays the next game. Bjaticic going for the youngster who nevertheless kept that despite being booked. Yeah, well, he keep going. I love this fella. He's going to be a top quality. There's no doubt about it. Stefan, he's going to be some player. Just have to keep his head on his shoulders. Jota was terrible when he came back from last injury, and against City, he looked himself. Look, Jota for me has got the Lotta. That's the type of player he is. He's an absolutely a gem of a player. We miss him. We miss his intensity. He'll run. He'll run at you. He'll niggle at your ankles. He'll put defenders under pressure, make them make mistakes and get the tap ins. That's what Jota does for you. He's got that pace. He's got that bounce. He's got unpredictability about him. Imagine having Jota on the bench today. I would have felt even better. Jota coming on last 20. And that's what I want to see. I know about the midfield, but even the structure is crumbling, says Michael. I don't know about the structure crumbling, my friend. I mean, there's got to be a rebuild in the summer. It looks like there's got to be a rebuild. Herbert Klopp said on Friday that he's here to stay, and there's a few that won't be here, which is good news as well. We need to get rid of 3 or 4 players at least and bring in 3 or 4. 3 or 4 out the door, 3 or 4 in. That's what we need to do today. Salah was woeful to span off. Poor game, Salah. Very, very quiet. And considering he was rested for the Wolves game, he came on against Wolves, should have been fresh and ready to rock. And to be fair to him, he has a really good record against Chelsea. It never really looked like scoring today. I mean, I think he was playing the wrong side again. I mean, I just mix the front 3 up. Why don't you just keep mixing it up? Mix. Play him through the middle. You know, mix it up. Keeping him out wide. Just keep mixing it, but he don't do it. Our best chances was when the ball into the box and Gakpo tries a header. He was never going to hit the target. And Salah was completely unmarked on the back post. Seeing that one? Come on, he probably didn't hear the shout. I mean, it was, didn't hear the shout at a packed out Anfield. I mean, we didn't have the doctor until now. We lost our chief scout and we lost 2 sporting directors. Yeah, look, we've people coming in. We got a new Dr. Harrison come in just before Christmas. It took a while to get him in. Ex-FA medic, of course. We lost Michael Edwards. Junior Ward came in and he's going. Who comes in after that? Maybe Michael Edwards comes back in the summer. Who knows? Maybe he wants a sabbatical holiday. Maybe he comes back ready to rock. That could happen in the summer. You never know. He hasn't gone anywhere yet. I know United wanted him. We have lost our statistical expert, some director of stats and stuff like that. I think he's leaving at the end of the season. But guys, it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. I keep saying it. Following Liverpool since the 80s, and I've seen some bad Liverpool teams. Poor. Once Klopp stays in charge, once Klopp stays at the helm, the boss, I think we'll be okay. Okay, we need a bit of Wonga. Of course we do. But I think we'll be okay. Elec, it's Astra. Hello, my friend. Hit the like, hit the share. Hopefully you are well. The team we played against Wolves, second leg, was more exciting to watch than today's performance. It's a different game. A bit more pressure at Liverpool as well at home at Anfield. Expected to turn it on. Expected to be on the press. Expected to be getting the chances to make the crowd. Didn't do enough today. Just didn't do enough to win the game. As simple as. I would say the draw was about right. Chelsea fans might say they should have won it. This type of thing, you'll get that. It's all about opinions. I'll take the draw, take the clean sheet and just put it in my back pocket. No, it wasn't great. It was probably a 6.5, 7, maybe performance from Liverpool and Anfield. Whereas usually at Anfield we're 8.5, 9, performances. Not of late, but that was our average, I'd say, over the last few years. But certainly didn't lose it. It was a potential loss. I mean, they're a decent side, Chelsea. They haven't been great, but they've some squad. And if they've so many players out, you see their bench? See the Mudryk, 85 million coming on? So look, it's 0-0. Nothing we can do about it, but we need to do better. We need to do better, especially in the finishing department. Even the making department. We're not making enough chances for the guys, really, are we? I mean, we no real super chance where you say, should have scored that. We've had chances early in the season where we've missed openers. Darwin's had chances, could have had hat-tricks in games. But today, not really huge amount of chances. What was the score? It wasn't I wasn't there to watch his Electra. It was 0-0, my friend. 0-0 at Anfield. 0-0 draw, drab draw, especially first half. Second half was a bit more at it. But a bit of a disappointment. I wanted the 3 points today. I have to say it. Absolutely wanted the 3 points. I thought we would get the 3 points. I think I predicted a 2-1 win, but we just didn't quite do it today. And to be fair, Chelsea didn't let us do it. They were decent defensively and decent in transition and going forward. And it's 0-0. That's the way it is. That's the way it is, guys. That's what we do. I might go live later with a bit more of a show, maybe later on tonight. I might, or tomorrow. But that was the instant match reaction. I'm a bit disappointed, to be fair. As I say, I wanted a bit more to celebrate on a Saturday night with a Liverpool 3 points in the bag. But it's only little crumbs. I'm getting a 0-0, clean sheet, this type of thing. But 0-0, I'll take it. We'll move on. Big games just keep coming, guys. Big games just keep coming. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get up to 20 likes, guys, and then we'll call it a day. We're on 16, so get it up to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Watching Hammer's game. Ciao. Till next time. Salvatore, fair play to you, bro, for coming in. Hit the like, hit the share. Let your friends know they care. Hit the sub. You know what to do. I'm on 7,303 subs. So the road to 10k, baby. If I can get to 10k for the summer, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? 10k. I'd consolidate at 10k subs. But we shall see. As I say, guys, a lot of content to come. A lot of football to come. A lot of football to come in the next, 4 months, 5 months. Halfway through the season, it hasn't been a good half for Liverpool. We're not where we used to be. We're not where we were used to being. But I think it'll get better. There will be a bit more pain to come with this club. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Just in the position we're in. We need to get players back. We need to get them fit. We need to get them rocking and rolling and scoring. We need to go in now to start getting in on a roll of goals. Either Salah to click, Nunes to click, or something, or Jota to come into the fray, or even Gakpo to get his first goal. We need a bit more up front. Big ceremony on the pitch about gold dying. And another thing I have to mention just before I go, check out the video I did for Klopp's 1000th game in charge. Mainz, he started out, he played at Mainz, became manager. Dortmund, we all know what happened at Dortmund. And then, of course, Liverpool Football Club. He's won absolutely everything, and he's a dream. He's here till 2026. I hope he's here till 2040 bloody 6. But just get behind the team, get behind Klopp. We'll be okay. We're in a bit of a transition, guys. Stick with the team. There will be games like this. There will be days like this, as Van Morrison would say. There will be games where we should have won, didn't win, lose. We'll win a few games. We'll be okay. Will we get top 4? That's a bit of a dent for both clubs today. They didn't want to draw today. You want to win. You want 3 points. That's 2 points dropped. You have to say, even though it was against Chelsea, it was at Anfield. You need to win your home games when you get top 4. So that one is a bit still up in the air. A long, long way to go. Who knows? Things can change. Life can change. Football can change. But let's get behind the team and Klopp. Congrats to Klopp on his 1,000 games involved. Absolutely. I did a video earlier. Check it out on my channel. Little in pictures. About 2 minutes long. A bit of music. As Klopp from youth all the way up to Liverpool manager. So check that out, guys. So as I say, 2 more likes. Hit the like 2 more times. And we 20 likes and I'm out of here. Instant match reaction at Anfield. It's finished. Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0. A drab first half. Chelsea disallowed goal. They probably feel a little bit aggrieved to win at 0-0. Second half, bit better from Liverpool, but just not enough. Nice to see Darwin back on the pitch. Nice to see young Bjaticic again holding his own in that midfield, the 18-year-old. And Gomez looking like a defender that we all know he can be. So as I say, stay safe, talk soon, enjoy your weekend. A lot more content to come on Dave's LFC Chats. 0-0, guys. Stay safe, talk soon. Cheers. Let's go.